Okay, lesson 7-6 today. So homework page 589. Answers. Make sure you had your labels on them. Pause if you need. A real world object for number 6. Most of the time, students come up with the Flatiron building that was at the beginning of the chapter, but there are other things that would have worked for that one. If you did 590, here are those answers. And here. Okay, page 593 today. Cross sections. This is the last section in chapter 7. Okay, a prism. We've talked about prisms before. That's what we were working with mostly yesterday. A prism is a 3D object that has at least 2 parallel sides, like in this case, the top and the bottom, the 2 sides, and then the front and the back. Okay, a pyramid goes to a point, a common vertex up at the peak. Okay, so write prism or pyramid on each of the lines below. Go ahead and do that. Pause if you need to. Okay, the first one, this one is a prism. Okay, here we have a pyramid. We have another pyramid, and this one is a prism. Okay. I'll try to write with my pen here. Okay, at the bottom, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame building is shown here. What shape is that in? And that is a pyramid. Okay, goes to a common point up at the top here. Page 594, a plane. A plane is a flat surface that goes on forever in all directions. It's like a piece of paper, you might say, that goes on forever in all directions. Flat surface. The figure at the right shows a rectangle, the blue rectangle, ABCD. Line segments A and B and D and C are coplanar because they're in the same plane. Basically, they all land on that flat piece of paper. Okay? They're also parallel because they are the same distance apart. They'll always be the same distance apart. They'll never get closer, never get farther away, like a train tracks, you might say. Okay? Just as 2 planes in a plane intersect can be parallel, there are different ways that planes can be related in space. So here's the blue and the green, 2 planes. And if they intersect, they form a line. And they're showing you that black line right here. If they intersect, they form a line. Here are 3 planes, the yellow, the green, and the blue. When those planes intersect, they don't make a line, they have a point. They come to a point. That's the only spot that those planes will all 3 touch together. Okay, if these are no intersection, okay, because they're parallel. They're two planes that are parallel to each other. Okay, you need to know what edges are, and vertex, a face, flat surface, and a diagonal. So you need to take notes and write down what those things are. So go ahead and pause the video and write those down. Okay, and then one thing you should also know are your shapes, the different polygons, pentagons, hexagons. Okay, need to know what those are. If you don't, make sure that you write those down too. Okay, moving on. Identify this figure. Okay, so the figure is what? It is a triangular prism. Okay, the two parallel faces are triangles. It does not come to a point like a pyramid, so it's a prism. So the name of this is a triangular prism. It has the two bases, the two triangles, ABE and CFD, FCD, however you want to name it. It doesn't matter the order on a triangle, okay? So there's two bases. It has how many faces? It has the two bases plus the three sides. So you have to name them, ABE, FCD, and then the three sides. BCDE, FAED, ABCF. The edges, they're line segments. Therefore, they have the line segment over top. So it is line AB, that is one edge. Line BE, line EA, line FC, okay? Then vertices, where do they meet? Where are the points? Point E, A, B, point F, C, and D. Those are all the vertices. Okay, number 2, it's a pyramid. What is the shape of the base? It's a pentagon. So it's a pentagonal pyramid. So the base is pentagon, RSTUV. You have to go around in order when you're naming the bases. You could have started with a T. It doesn't matter where you start. You could have started with the U and went backwards. You could name it UTSRV if you want to. But you can't jump around. You can't say URTVS. Has to go around one direction or the other when you name them. Okay, how many faces does it have? It has the base, and then it has all 5 of the sides. All 5 of the triangles. Edges, line, QR, QS. Okay. Vertices, the point where they meet, plus the 5 around the bottom. Okay, number 3. Name of the shape. It is a rectangular prism. So it tells you to name it. Okay. Bases, this has 6 bases because this could sit any direction. There are always 2 that are going to be parallel from each other. The faces are also the bases in this particular shape. The edges, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12. Okay. Vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of them. Okay. Pause the video and do letter A. Okay, because I didn't want to write them all out, here is a screenshot of the answer key. It is a triangular pyramid. There you can read the bases, the faces, edges, and vertices. Go ahead and read those. Pause the video. Okay, at the bottom there, identify the cross section. Okay, so a cross section is a plane. So think back when I said like that piece of paper that goes on forever. If that goes through, say it slices, if it goes through a solid, what shape would it make? That's what we're going to talk about here next. Okay, so here's the plane, the green piece of paper, okay, the green plane. If you make a vertical, up and down, okay, need to know your terms, a vertical slice through a triangular pyramid, what shape would you have? Say you pulled this plane out, what shape would be on this green piece of paper? It's a triangle. If you had the same shape, the same pyramid, and you angled this plane, look what you see inside. Okay, what shape is that? It's a trapezoid. If you laid this piece of paper flat, not angled, okay, flat horizontally, what would be on this piece of paper? The book says square. I would call it a rectangle actually, but this says square pyramid, so it actually is a square. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and you do the same thing for a cylinder and make sure you use your labels. Say vertical, angled, horizontal, and you just write down the shape that it would result in if you had that plane slicing that shape. Pause the video and do that one. Okay, here is a picture of a vertical slice, the first one, and that is a rectangle. And the second one is the angled slice, that is an oval. And then the third picture here is a picture of the horizontal slice, which is a circle, if you're looking at these three cylinders here at the top. Okay. Okay, guided practice, page 596. Go ahead and do number 1 and number 2. Pause the video while you're doing those. Okay, number 1, the figure name, it is a triangular prism. The bases are QRS and TUV, the two triangles, okay? The faces are the bases plus the other sides. So we have QRS, TUV, QSVT, SRUV, and RQTU. Don't have to be in that order. Okay, the edges and the vertices, you can read them there. Pause if you need to, okay? Number 2 would be a triangle. So then homework would be page 597. And then again, this is the last section of this chapter 7. And email if you have any questions along the way.